Good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Pradeep Srinivasan from Bangalore. A small video under the Refer series. Today we are going to look at anatomy of cavum vela interpositum and cyst of the cavum velum interpositum. So here I have drawn the anatomy of the velum interpositum. First, let us look at the normal structures which were used to imaging. The yellow here is the corpus callosum. That's the anterior part, that's the posterior part. Now just below that, this red structure is the septum pellucidum with cavum septum pellucidum anteriorly and cavum vergae posteriorly. Immediately below that, this green structure is the fornix, and the pink structure is the third ventricle, aqueduct and fourth ventricle. The pons is in yellow, cerebellum is in yellow. The internal cerebral veins are in blue. Now you concentrate on this orange structure here, which I have labeled as the cavum velum interpositae. So the cavum velum interpositae is inferior to the cavum septum pellucidum and cavum vergae and is separated by the fornix. So whatever is inferior and posterior to fornix is the cavum velum interpositae. Anterior end of cavum velum interpositae is the foramen of Monro. Posteriorly we have the splenium. Superiorly we have the fornix, cavum septum pellucidum and cavum vergae. Inferiorly we have the internal cerebral veins and third ventricle. And posterior inferiorly we have the quadrigeminal cistern. So that's the anatomy of the cavum velum interpositum. So this is a potential space which is usually collapsed. Sometimes fluid can accumulate within it and we get a cystic structure on ultrasound. So when we have a cystic structure on ultrasound, we need to see whether it is infero-anterior to the splenium, inferior to the fornix, use color Doppler and show that it is superior to the internal cerebral veins. And that if these conditions are satisfied, then the fluid collection can be called as a cyst of the cavum velum interpositae. The differential diagnosis would be a arachnoid cyst in the quadrigeminal cistern or a pineal cyst which would be posterior. So if we have a cavum velum interpositae cyst, when it enlarges, the potential space widens and the internal cerebral veins would be pushed inferiorly. The cyst would be superior. If we have an arachnoid cyst from the quadrigeminal cistern, then the internal cerebral veins would be pushed superiorly by the cyst. So that's how we differentiate between cyst of the cavum velum interpositae and a cyst of the quadrigeminal cistern or arachnoid cyst in the quadrigeminal cistern. So this is an example of a transvaginal scan showing a cyst situated posteriorly. It is anterior and inferior to the splenium. It's posterior and inferior to the cavum vergae. It's above the internal cerebral veins. There is no color Doppler here. So that's how you differentiate it. On the axial scan, this is how it would look. It's a midline cyst. It's an oval anechoic structure and the anatomy is well defined more in the sagittal plane than the axial plane. Thank you very much for a patient hearing. If you want to learn more, please look at my Refer series, which has been done with the help of Medinit. I have a certificate course on aneuploidy, on fetal echo and on anal sonography. Interested students can Google www.medinit.org. Thank you very much. Happy learning and Jai Hind.